Let's make a traditional bread loaf using baguette dough. I actually made this recipe by mistake. I was trying to make 2 baguette loaves and my dough was overhydrated. I almost threw it out, but I said, hey, let me throw this in a bread pan and see how it comes out. And I loved it. I want to preface this by saying I'm a novice bread maker, so if you have any tips and tricks, let me know. We're going to start with a pack of active dry yeast, add that to 1 cup of warm water and a teaspoon of sugar and set that aside until it begins to bubble. To my stand mixer, I added 2.5 cups of bread flour, a teaspoon and a half of salt, about a teaspoon of honey, and a tablespoon about of olive oil. Now you see our yeast has bubbled up nicely, so we'll add that to our dry mix. We're going to mix this. It is going to be sticky and kind of wet, so we are going to add another 1/2 cup of bread flour. Once it starts to pull away from the sides, you know it's about done, and we're going to go ahead and put that into an oiled or floured surface. I prefer oil, so I put it into a bowl just so I can give it its first knead. Topped it with a little oil so it doesn't stick to the towel if it rises a lot, and just give it its first rest. This rested for about an hour, so we're going to pour that out onto a floured surface and knead. I personally do not like kneading bread, so I like this recipe because it doesn't take too much. We're just going to continue folding it over on itself and stretching, and then we're going to fold the sides and seal it. Now I just sprayed a traditional loaf pan with some baking spray and just put that in there, and now we're going to give it its second rest. Topped it with a little bit more oil so it doesn't stick to the towel, and this rested for about an hour. So now that our bread is rested, it is time to go ahead and do all of the little neat tricks and things. And now I do not know how to use this tool. As you can see, I failed miserably. But anyways, let's go ahead and make an egg wash for our bread. It's just equal parts water and egg. And we're going to brush that over the top. This is what gives it that nice shiny brown crust. We baked for about 25 minutes in a 425-degree oven. And this was the result. I know there's tons of different ways to make bread and different textures, but I particularly like this texture a lot. It's kind of dense, kind of chewy, has a nice crust on the outside. It fries well, it goes in the toaster well. I just really like it a lot. But again, I'm a novice bread maker, so if you have any suggestions to make my bread better, let me know in the comments.